The Cabal's torture strategy had worked brilliantly. People had become lethargic. Many had altered personalities according to their loved ones. Others had turned into zombies. Was that what the CDC had warned us about on their website? The zombie apocalypse? People simply didn't hear the warnings. They couldn't see right from wrong anymore. They were in a state of brain fog and confusion, in which the sudden insane amount of cases of thrombosis, pulmonary embolisms, strokes, and serious heart problems simply went by unnoticed. Top sportsmen had acute heart failure and dropped to the ground. News anchors collapsed live on TV.
Mes compagnons qui j'amois et qui j'aime, c'est des Cayennes et c'est des Percherets. Me dis chansons qu'ils ne sont pas certains, qu'on que verzonen, oi cœur faux.
Doctors and nurses died by the dozens. Pilots got unwell in mid-air due to blood clots. Planes came crashing down from the sky.
Se savent bien, mi homme et mi baron, anglois, normand, poitevin et gascon.
On November 7th, I was mandated to receive a vaccine. Quite literally, I was told if I did not receive the vaccination, I would be fired. This was from our director of flight. So, under duress, I received the vaccine. Now, just a few days ago, after landing in Dallas, 6 minutes after we landed, I passed out. I coded. I required 3 shocks. I needed to be intubated. I'm now in the ICU in Dallas. This is what the vaccine has done for me. I will probably never fly again. I was hoping to teach my daughter to fly. She wants to be a pilot. That will probably never happen. All courtesy of the vaccine. This is unacceptable, and I am one of the victims. You can see that this is the actual result of the vaccine for some of us. Mandatory, no questions asked, get the shot or you're fired. This is not the American way.
There is a big elephant in the cockpit now, and that is the risk that has been induced by allowing these vaccinations into crew. They have a rule that they have broken across the country with every pilot that's flying who is vaccinated. And that rule is that no air crew member is allowed to fly with a drug in their system that is less than 12 months from approval date. Now, we well know that the COVID-19 novel injections are under an emergency use authorization in the United States, so they are not approved. And the reason that they allow a 1-year time frame from approval is so that they can see if there's any effects on passengers in the cabin from reduced atmospheric conditions at altitude. So it's an important step that they have completely ignored, and they have violated their own regulations.
The amount of miscarriages increased dramatically. People suddenly started emitting electromagnetic frequencies and radioactivity.
Wow, you're now a transmitter.
Coroners were shocked and horrified by the amount of children brought in after getting the jab.
There are more babies dying now than ever, and the only thing they have in common is their mums were vaccinated.
They showed nauseating footage of massive blood clots and destroyed veins and arteries.
This is not normal. The big one came out of the vein. The small one came out of the iliac artery itself.
But all the people heard was the ever-repeating slogan, "The COVID vaccines are safe and effective. Don't worry. All of the above never happened. It was just disinformation spread by conspiracy theorists, by doctors, virologists, Nobel Prize winners, even by the inventor of mRNA vaccines. They are all spreading disinformation. The COVID vaccines are safe and effective. Why all those sudden deaths? Well, many people die nowadays of a new disease called SADS, Sudden Adult Death Syndrome. We know it hardly existed before the vaccination started, but it is not the result of them. The COVID vaccines are safe and effective. Here are some official explanations of the countless heart attacks.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Belly of Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down, oh blow me bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. Heads to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed, and the captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Let's be honest, all of these warnings are insane. Hot weather, cold weather, having sex, drinking tea. Seriously? Why didn't that kill us before? But what would you do if you were handing out poison jabs and people started dropping like flies? Wouldn't you deploy your media outlets to spread these kinds of warnings? Hoping people would continue believing your narrative? Desperately hoping that if you repeat the lie often enough, you'll get away with it? And let's hand it to them. The COVID pandemic was a massive success. Apart from some dissidents, the people were ready and seemed even happy to be enslaved. They were ready for the next level. Just like it read on the official website of the World Economic Forum, COVID-19 was the test of social responsibility. A huge number of unimaginable restrictions for public health were adopted by billions of citizens across the world. There were numerous examples globally of maintaining social distancing, wearing masks, mass vaccinations, and acceptance of contact tracing applications for public health, which demonstrated the core of individual social responsibility. And the dissidents? They were ridiculed, humiliated, fined, silenced, forbidden to leave their country, beaten up, arrested, and thrown in jail. Oh, don't worry, it's all legal, as we actually have a European law enabling the police to shoot and kill protesters. The Cabal had thought of everything. We will not go deeply into the so-called vaccines. Research is still going on at this moment in time, and there are some excellent websites where you can follow both the research and the horrifying discoveries. We can wrap it up quite easily. Innocent people around the world were injected with a deadly poison. Some died straight away or within a few weeks. Others were crippled with sudden neurological disorders. The majority would die eventually due to blood clots.
Okay. Oh my god.
Due to vaccine-induced cancer, or the self-assembling qualities of graphene oxide, turning the vaccinated into walking antennas, great big receivers of 5G and other frequencies.
Nos ha llamado mucho la atención un ciclista que lo graba una cámara cómo fallece de forma fulminante, o sea, muere como si lo hubieran disparado. Pero es que justo en el momento que cae de la bicicleta se observa una interferencia en la cámara, como si hubiera recibido un pulso electromagnético. Se nos pone, fíjate, se para justo allí en la farola, ahí está un segundito. Fíjate a cuando falla la cámara y justo en el momento coincide con la fulminación. Ahí, hay un fallo, ¿te has dado cuenta? Y sí, cae repentino.
Esta es la prueba, porque ya no es una cuestión de que el tío se cae fulminado por algo interno a él, sino que hay un desencadenante externo que queda grabado en el registro de la cámara. El pulso que ha hecho esa interferencia en la cámara ha hecho una interferencia en el ritmo cardíaco. Esa imagen es buenísima. Es la primera prueba, vamos a decir, de que hay una causa que pudiera estar desencadenando desde el exterior las famosas repentinitis.
지하철에 많은데.
Hay 4 picos estañados en 4 formas perfectamente cuadrangulares y rectangulares y circuitería dentro. Son componentes electrónicos. Aquí hay otra esquina perfectamente artificial. Esto es microtecnología, probablemente microrouter. Se está introduciendo microtecnología dentro de nuestros familiares, dentro de personas que han sido totalmente engañadas. ¿Cómo no van a originar trombos? ¿Cómo no van a originar todo tipo de infartos y enfermedades cardiovasculares? ¿Cómo esto no va a generar arritmias? Les pido a toda la comunidad médica inmediatamente que acaben con este genocidio encubierto. No podemos permitir ni un segundo más que esta gente coloque una inyección más, y especialmente a nuestros hijos. Hago desde aquí un llamamiento a todos los jueces y magistrados del país, de nuestro país. O hacen algo inmediatamente con esto, o vamos directamente a los juzgados y los ponemos patas arriba a todos. Y vamos como tengamos que ir, porque esto ya no se puede consentir. O ustedes cogen el informe Campra que demostraba todo esto y más, o tomamos otro tipo de consecuencias, porque esto ya no se puede consentir de ninguna forma. Que me llamen a declarar, Vuelvo a repetir, Ricardo Delgado Martín con DNI 79202099 de Navarra. Se ofrece ante cualquier fiscal, magistrado o juez de nuestro país y de cualquier otra parte del mundo a demostrar lo que hay dentro de las vacunas. Esto es un auténtico genocidio, un crimen contra toda la humanidad que no se puede permitir.
The rest of the vaccinated would eventually be killed by their own reprogrammed immune system. And the unvaccinated? They too would get a portion of the above due to a phenomenon called shedding. Shedding means that the vaccinated pass the harmful graphene onto the unvaccinated, either by physical contact or through the air when in close proximity. That's why unvaccinated children of jabbed parents also have anomalies in their blood cells. Oh, and make no mistake. Just in case you are unvaxxed and you believe that these are just tiny amounts that can cause no harm, you're mistaken. Graphene is everywhere. In chemtrails raining down on you. In painkillers. Sanitary products.
That is made with a strip infused with Nobel Prize-winning material, graphene.
In clothing, in food packaging, and in medicine. And once it's in your body, even the smallest quantities will self-assemble into bigger and bigger strands under the influence of electromagnetic frequencies. Nobody remains unaffected. We should have known all along, as Hollywood warned us years in advance, as always. Like we said, research about the poisonous jab and their horrific effects is still being conducted full speed. Right now, we don't know what causes these attacks. We don't know why black-eyed babies are born from vaccinated parents. We don't know what on earth enables some newborns to hold up their head only hours after birth. To be born with 1 or 2 teeth. To walk only weeks or just a few months after that. And for some to have quite adult faces. Time will tell what we are truly dealing with here. Prince Philip once said, "In the event that I am reincarnated, I would like to return as a deadly virus in order to contribute something to solve overpopulation." But the Cabal never needed a deadly virus. They just needed basic psychology, some torture methods, and a bioweapon brought to you as a vaccine.
My career, my financial life, my reputation, almost my family, everything, just to sit here and tell you what I'm telling you. Dr. Luc Montagnier, who won the Nobel Prize in Medicine for the discovery of HIV, said that this is the biggest risk to humanity and the biggest risk of genocide in the history of humanity. We follow the advice of some of the quote-unquote global leaders, let's say, like Bill Gates said last year, 7 billion people need to be vaccinated. The death rate will be over 2 billion people. So wake up. This is World War III. This is a level of malfeasance and malevolence that we have not seen probably in the history of humanity.
According to Deagle, a private online source for the military capabilities of the world's countries, showing current overviews and future predictions of population numbers, there will be a massive decline worldwide. These predicted population numbers can no longer be found on Deagle's website. They were taken down as soon as people started asking questions. One now has to use the Wayback Machine in order to get to Deagle's population numbers. We will show you 3 quite alarming examples: the USA, the UK, and Norway. The population numbers of the US will go down from 327 to 100 million people between 2017 and 2025. More than 2/3 of the entire US population will disappear. The UK will go from 66 million to 15 million people. 51 million people gone. Norway will go from 5.3 to 3.8 million people. Not quite so alarming at first sight, but wait for it. Tenders have been released in which governments offer contracts to companies who can supply millions of body bags. Let's take a look at Norway, shall we? Pretty alarming after all, right? And this is a similar tender for the UK. In other words, governments are getting ready to handle millions and millions of corpses. And guess what? The body bags are only used to get the dead from one place to the next. Do you want to know what happens next? Ever heard of the liquefying bill? Governments have come up with the most sustainable way to quickly get rid of the dead, by using alkaline hydrolysis. Within 2 to 3 hours, the dead will be turned into bone fragments that are pulverized, plus a liquid byproduct called effluent, in layman's terms referred to as biosludge. This can be spread over farmland as a fertilizer, or it can simply be wastewater for sewage treatment systems. And the next step? You can safely drink it as tap water. Even though it's a fertilizer, it's clean and neutral, according to experts. It's not as if you're drinking your grandmother. After years of research, we believe the Cabal seriously intends to kill billions of innocent people. They set it in stone and presented it to the people like Moses presented God's laws to his people. The Cabal is playing God. They believe they have the God-given right to punish disobedient people and to spare the obedient ones. And right now, they are taking it to the next level, trying to outsmart and surpass God. Do you want to know what that looks like? Then follow me to part 27.